Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 GMC Acadia. This is the AT4. It's finished off in ebony twilight metallic with an MSRP just shy of $60,000. We have a little bit of an off-road focused 3-row SUV here with the AT4 package, and we will start off with what's underneath the hood. This features a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It is paired to the 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. This weighs in around 4,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 19 in the city and 24 out on the highway. Now, working our way up front, GMC is a massive logo with the forward-facing camera just underneath that. There's a gray trim accent running throughout that grille too to give it a nice look. All of the lights are LEDs, including the fog lights down below, where there's also parking sensors, red tow hooks, and then the sensor for the distance pacing and the Super Cruise. And then really cool bulges on both sides of the hood, just to give it more of that truck vibe. Now with the AT4 package, you get skid plates up front, you get the off-road tuned suspension. It does give it a mild lift. There's all-terrain tires too, and a really neat two-tone design for these wheels. Now you'll notice there's plastic in the lower section of the front bumper, and it works its way to the fender arches, the lower side skirt there. There's the camera and turn signal on the body colored side mirrors, full moonroof up top with the roof racks there, and the window trim, which is gloss black, and then subtle lines that run down the side, just giving it a sleek look. Now this also has the body colored spoiler. There's a third brake light. This camera here relates to the rear view camera, which I'll show. There's the wiper blade, LEDs for the lighting, backup camera, all the sensors, and then the quad tip exhaust. Now this can also tow right around 5,000 pounds. It features remote start too, so you can use the key fob. You can also use the key fob or the button up underneath to open that up. And with this open, being a 3-row SUV, the third row is up. Look at the amount of space that is available. There's also storage under the floor, and then it's very easy to fold these seats down. Now, as you'll notice on the left side there, you do have to have the second row in the correct position. So I did recline that in the full review. That is why this seat is not going all the way down. So you will have to go around and adjust those. But other than that, it's a very easy process to do. I like that they are manual because it is very quick to do. Now you can also lock and unlock this from the back door handles, which is nice. And then there's wood trim accents, Bose audio, storage in the lower section. Really cool design for the door panel. And then we have the captain's chairs. So as you saw, this one is reclined a good bit. So we can slide that forwards, and then you can even move that forwards again if you need a little bit more space. And then that will allow you to fold this side all the way down. Now 5'10", it's not all that bad. We have some storage bins. The second row can be moved forwards as well, so that can give me a little bit more leg space, and I have about a ½ inch or so of headroom. So it's not all that bad. It's a pretty functional third row for adults. And then we can slide that seat back, lock it into place, and from there, we have plenty of space for the second row. There's cup holders, you have heated seats, temperature and fan speed, some auxiliaries and storage. There's also additional storage pockets, and then the adjustable armrest too. So very comfortable for the second row. Up front, there's lock and unlock, window controls, side mirror adjustments, liftgate release, and more storage. And then the AT4 badge up in the headrest. Really cool two-tone design for these seats. And then this particular model is equipped with Super Cruise. So the upper section here will light up when you have that activated. There's paddle shifters, volume, and tuning underneath that. All of the cruise control settings that you need to go through. Right side, there's the heated steering wheel, music, Bluetooth, voice commands, and then you have separate pages that you can go through here depending on what you would like to see. So you really only have these here, but very helpful depending on the info that you have. Now there's the e-brake, and you have different driving modes. So you can get into sport mode, there's normal, also the tow and haul mode, terrain, off-road, and then we're back to sport. Now this also has the all-wheel drive button, so you can actually activate two-wheel drive or put it into all-wheel drive. There's the engine start-stop, a dimmer switch for the gauges, one air vent there. This also has head-up display. And then with this infotainment system, you have a lot to go through. This is the home screen where you can get into your trailering, climate, auto park assist, ambient lighting. You have quite a lot to look at. There's also a split view that you can customize, so you can set up what you would like to see. You can pull up the map in full screen, pull up your phone when you have that paired. In the lower section, you have shortcuts to all of these controls here. So you can get into your lighting, doors and windows, and configure all of those, use them as needed. There's also a shortcut down below to get into the headlights. And then in the lower section of the screen, this does have heated seats and ventilated seats, so you can go through those adjustments. You can further pull up the climates by turning them on with that toggle and then getting through your fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go. There's also shortcuts down below, so that way you can use those if you would like, or the screen itself. And then volume for the radio is right in the middle. Now there's wireless charging with some auxiliaries. You have 2 cup holders, lots of hidden space up underneath too. There's plenty of room in the center armrest, and then plenty of space in the glove box too. Up top with the rear view mirror, this is where you have the digital camera system, so you can use that as needed. There's garage door buttons, adjustments for the sunroof and sunshade, sunglass holder behind that. And then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see over both shoulders. So you have a lot of glass. Now this is how you can put it into reverse. So use this toggle here, flip that up, and you have a few different camera angles that you can get into, which is nice. You can also put it down and put that into drive. So now you have your forward-facing angles that you can look at, and then park is located on the end of that stalk. But within drive, let's get this out on the road. And with it still in sport mode, here we go. It does seem to rev out a good bit in sport mode as well, but we are back into normal mode, and this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the GMC Acadia. Definitely a nice place to be for an SUV. I feel like you don't sit too low, you don't sit too high up, but we do have the height adjustable seat just to make yourself comfortable in it, but it has a good outlook over the hood. You can see that passenger side there very nicely. Overall, visibility has been pretty easy to see, so I haven't had any complaints with that over the last couple of days driving this. And I'll just call this a good commuter vehicle, especially if you have a lot of people that you need to put in it. It's very easy to use the second and third row, and I like to see that in vehicles like this. While I don't necessarily need a vehicle like this, when I'm around them seeing a lot of the power adjustments, manual, I think, is just the way to go. You can quickly adjust all of those seats to whatever configuration that you need, so it's a really easy setup. And it's not that much more than the average price of a brand new car today, but of course you can go with lower trim levels just depending on your budget. I think you're getting a really good option for this smaller size 3-row that has a lot to offer. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 GMC Acadia AT4. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.